Backyard Bullion here. Happy Silver Sunday, everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. So today I have been pouring a little bit of silver. I've been trying out a new mould from Parts for Less 1999, this awesome Aztec round. So it's really, really cool. I've also got some other pieces throughout the week which I've made. Predominantly this week, though, I've been focusing on getting the 100-gram silver forum bars production started. So I've got a couple of pieces here which were over-poured and under-poured, so I've repurposed them into Backyard Bullion bars. Now everything here is for sale. It's all on my website except for this little 1 ounce BYB bar. That one's already spoken for. So do go check it out. It's backyardbullion.com, or you can leave a comment in this video as well and we'll get in touch and talk about that from there. Or you can email me BYB@backyardbullion.com. Don't forget my YouTube voucher code, which is 5% off all of the prices on my website. That's YouTube5, as a massive thank you to helping me get to 1 year on YouTube. So please go and check out my website, and if there's anything of interest, then let me know. So I'm going to show you all of these pieces that I've made this week. I think they're really cool, and whilst I show you them, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Edinburgh Assay Office issues, because I've had further updates from the Assay Office. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then go and check out the video that I uploaded last Wednesday, because the Assay Office managed to damage quite a lot of my pieces, and I was quite angry about it, and I was advised by a few other people that I should probably escalate it and make a complaint about it. And I did, and I think I'm getting some really good results from it. So I got a phone call from the head honcho, the CEO of the Edinburgh Assay Office, and he, that was initially last week, and he really kind of reassured me. But since then, I've had another phone call from him. He's had a whole host of meetings with the various people in charge of my stuff, involved with my stuff, and I've got a really good feeling that the way forward is going to be very good. There are a lot of things that perhaps the Assay Office should have been asking me about my products before we got really into this, but we didn't. But that's fine, and I'm really not the kind of person that's going to sit there and hold a grudge about these things. These things happen, and I've made enough mistakes in my lifetime to really not hold grudges at all. So yeah, I'm really confident going forward that that's going to happen. And the head guy himself is personally sort of overseeing a batch which I've currently got up there, and that's for a really, really cool project. And I'm hoping that by this time next week it will be all back, and I'll be doing a really, really cool video to show it all. But that's what's going to be happening next week. Now, while I've got these ones here, these are really awesome mould. These are awesome pieces that have come out of the new mould from Parts for Less 1999. I've stamped my leaf right in the middle of the skull's forehead there, but very cool Aztec rounds. Now, what I've done is, you might realise that there's sort of something missing at the bottom there. This is part of what I'm talking about with the Assay Office. I am sort of kind of designing, I think, where some of my stamping is going to go, so that the hallmarks that they put on are not kind of near the edges of the piece, because then it's a little bit more difficult for them to stamp it. So this is kind of what I feel like going forward is really good. We've got my BYB, for my sort of standard stock series, which I like to do. We've got the weight, the ounce troy, its serial number, and then underneath here is where the hallmark is going to go, because it's a really cool thing to have the hallmark on these, and it's a feature which I want to have really shown off. So to have it in pride of place, I think, is really important. But those Aztec rounds are coming out really nice. They're quite big though. They're 3.6, through about 3.5 ounces to fill this up. So I have to use my big furnace to pour them. But they're really cool, getting some nice effects on them. And I had the blowtorch in the same place for both of them, and they've got kind of off-center, really cool ripple lines. So very happy with those indeed. Yeah, so the Assay Office, I really do think going forward it's going to be fine. They've talked about the sort of stamping surface that they've used. They use a sort of soft leather. They do have additional padding which they can put on it to help mitigate things. And as needed, they might well use sort of rubber back stuff as well for the smaller things and more delicate things. But yeah, it's very, very, I think, good customer service. That's what I'm looking for here, and that's what I've got. These two bars are basically the same mould that I've been using for these big giant ripple bars. I've been basically trying to do half measures of them, so getting around a 5 ounce bar, getting some really cool results. This one I decided to do a little bit more of an aggressive hit on the mould as it was cooling. And what I'll probably do is put together a pouring compilation of a lot of these pieces for you guys maybe next week, because it's a little bit late in the day here for me to sit and do video editing all day. But that's really cool. I like that one. That's probably one of my favourite pieces. Really nice violent ripple lines there. It's 5.9 ounces, so nearly 6 ounces. Yeah, so really, really cool indeed. So one other thing about the Assay Office. Now this is the little BYB bar. I said it was it's already taken. This was actually one of the pieces that got destructively tested, and that's one area that I want to talk about. So I'll just put a little photo, a little break in here to show you what this bar looked like before I got my hands back on it. So what I have done, and this is what was talking with the Assay Office about, they've kind of basically instructed me on how I can repair these little drill holes, and it's very simple. You just get a little bit of shot, a little bit of casting grain that's bigger than the hole, and you hammer it in, and job done. And you can see a little bit where it was, but you know that looks almost like it's part of the pouring of the silver. You wouldn't know any better otherwise. And it's a permanent, repair and fixture. So that's one thing that's really cool, is that going forward, going and having these pieces drill tested is not going to mean it's then automatically put in the bin. I can repair the majority of them, and part of what they're going to be looking to do as well is only drilling on the sides of the bars, and they've also ordered a new, much smaller drill hole as well. So a lot of these things will be a lot less easy to see once they've been repaired, and it won't, it won't interrupt the integrity of the bar or anything like that. And hopefully it will mean as well that I'm not losing out by paying for hallmarking on a piece which then ultimately gets destructively tested. So that's really exciting as well, especially when you think about these types of things. Now, I want to try and get everything hallmarked now, but these don't actually have to get hallmarked because they're just giant lumps of bullion. They don't actually need to be hallmarked, but I think the hallmark adds a lot of kudos, a lot of value to these pieces. It really helps when you want to try and sell it on in the future. So if there were a couple of small holes in the side of these, I can quite easily plug those and it's all done. Because melting this down again, or some of the bigger ones, the 10-ounce bars, they do not fit back in the melting furnace. So to have them drill tested would be a pretty annoying thing. So then we come to this last piece. Now this is my favourite piece of the week. I absolutely do not know how I managed to get 3 cooling pools on this long bar, I think is the only way to describe it. It's, again, what I was trying to achieve is sort of a half weight measure of the kind of big Kit Kat bars which I've been making. And I got 3 little cooling pools, and the blowtorch was in the middle, and the cooling pools separated, and I got 3, and that's absolutely awesome. I'm really dead chuffed with it. It came out at 4.35 ounces, number 176 in the Ripple series. It's got an interesting kind of cooling divot on the side there as well, all adding character to it. But that's one of my favourite pieces I think I've done in the last couple of weeks. Really, really nice. So there we go. So that's kind of my weekend, that's my update. I think going forward, a lot of these issues with the Assay Office is going to be resolved, no problems at all. Also, I've scheduled a time, because I'm going to be up in Edinburgh in the near future. Well, I say near future, it's kind of mid-September, but I'm going to be actually visiting the Assay Office and meeting a lot of the people up there that are involved with this whole process. So really looking forward to that, to actually meeting them, sitting down face to face with them and actually talking about my products and about Backyard Bullion and about, the future and how it can all go as well, which is really cool. So anyway, that's about it. I've been rambling on enough now, so just a reminder, if you haven't checked out previous videos, please do go have a look at yesterday's videos, because Bernie's silver trade that I did with him, these claws, this claw and the sword are just absolutely awesome, so definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Please put a thumbs up, like this video, share it around on your social media. That would really help get the word out there about Backyard Bullion and help everything I do here. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as well, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then you can get future updates on all of the videos that I release. Otherwise, I just want to wish you all a fantastic weekend and say a massive thank you for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.